17 years ago, I was working for a large firm, and I'll never forget this, that I was fired from that company because I was working with World Financial Group part-time. And at that time, I remember my wife asking me, what are you gonna do now? And I said, I'm gonna go ahead and work World Financial Group full-time. And she said, can you just be a normal man and get a normal job? And I was unemployed, and I didn't like that word, and so to have some self-dignity, I called myself self-employed instead. And we struggled. We struggled in this business. We struggled to get clients. We struggled to recruit people. But as we continued to progress and move forward, we found that you only get better with the challenges that you get. I had my kids in 2002 and 2004. That's Nico and Kalia. And they changed the whole perspective of our business and how we run it, because the commitment just now ran even deeper than it was. But then my business model changed again because I got so tired of being the one that was always making the sale, always being the one to do all the production. And so between 2005 and 2007, I took a mental break. Basically, I quit World Financial Group mentally, and I lost all my agents, I lost all my representatives, and I came back in 2007 and recommitted. And that's the first time I understood total commitment into a system, building leaders. And between 2007 and 2013, we became a CEO team. We've helped thousands and thousands of families. I have representatives that work with me today part-time. I love that we're able to go ahead and give them paychecks and help change their lives. I've had personal friends that have passed away, and because of my chance to sit down with them beforehand and not knowing that this was going to happen, we were able to affect their lives with the type of programs that we put in place so they can continue also living their life. And so World Financial Group has really afforded my family a lifestyle that most people dream of.
In the beginning, the one thing that's always remained consistent is our support for each other. Like I said, in the beginning we were newlyweds and I wasn't at 100% supportive, but after a little while I realized that this was going to be it for us, and I wanted to do whatever I could to be supportive of them and be positive, and I started attending meetings and going to all the big events, which is really important for
But she also did
a
all
couple.
our paperwork.
I did
all
that.
the paperwork. She allowed me to be free to go out there and see clients, to try to recruit and then learn this business. And so if without that, we didn't have a secretary, we didn't have a staff, so we were everything. So she was doing the filing, she was making sure the trays were correct.
I just felt like it was important for me to learn the back end part of the office, and just so that he, paperwork is not his forte, and I just thought that it would be better for me to handle it and just let him do what he did best, and that was out on the field or recruiting or
But during this time,
closing.
you were still working. You were
Still
working.
working,
She was
yeah.
working. She was full time, and I was full time in the business, and we had our responsibilities, and we weren't making a ton of money yet. But I know that she believed enough in me. I think that was a big deal because she believed enough in me once she went to enough meetings and she saw how hard I was trying, and that I wasn't, no matter what, this was it. I truly believed that this was going to be it for us, and just to give me a chance to prove that this is really going to work. And then we had our kids,
Yeah.
and then her role totally changed.
Yeah, but I saw the vision after a little while in the business, and I realized that I also needed to be there 100% of the time, because the team was looking at us, and they needed guidance, and sometimes I was able to talk to them, and sometimes they needed to talk from me rather than him, because they don't want to hear, oh, you need to close this, you need to do that, you need to do this. But I kind of just
She was a second voice. She was a second voice. I mean, sometimes I'm the guy that's always pushing for what's our numbers and what are we doing next, but she was that sounding board that people can talk to on the emotional side, because people may be looking at John's like, he's fanatical, he's really excited, and he's on one side of it, but then she's the more even-keeled one that can really talk to the team in a certain way that maybe I wasn't able to go and reach them, but together as a partnership we were able to do that. And that just spilled over to the house, and once we had our kids, Nico and Kalia, she just became the best mom, and she was still the best wife to me, and she still did all these incredible things to support the business, but now, making me feel like that even though I'm on travel, if I'm out in the field, and telling the kids, right, that Daddy's working hard because we're gonna go on this kind of vacation, and we're doing that, and
I just feel like it's important to be responsible for the home front, and so he doesn't have to worry about anything. He doesn't have to worry about the kids or anything about the house. And I think it's my job to do that. And he does what he does best, and that's out on the field.
And nobody can raise our kids better than us. So I've always believed that between the both of us, we've been together for over 26 years, and now we're a CEO team, and it feels really good after 17 years.
Finally,
I can't believe.
It's
I remember
exciting.
she would ask me. She would say, "When is this going to happen? Are we going to be the last CEO team?" Remember, I tell you, we're going to be the last CEO team ever promoted out of this company, and then to have our parents see us, right, and have
Hawaii,
our kids
that was great.
in Hawaii, just have them see us, and then today we're steps away from EVC, and what I'm just seeing here right now is that, having a partnership like that, having that type of commitment, and I call it a total commitment, not just a commitment, but a total commitment to each other, to our families,
team.
To our faith, to our team, but more importantly, that you just don't give up. We could have given up so many times, we could have quit so many times, but I believe that and I'm talking to you guys out here because we know the struggles, we know how it is to have, with couples, and especially young in the business. What's important is that you got to stick all the way through with it. You got to show your wife or your husband why this is working. You got to use your time really efficiently, and more importantly, just have the balance. And in the beginning, we put a whole bunch of time and effort in the business, and today it's paying off. But I'm going to share with you, as long as you never quit, our team is called the Dream Team Alliance, and as long as you never quit, and as long as it happens for you, I believe that everyone out there, there's no reason why you can't discover WFG like we've done.